Hey everybody, I've just come through this really interesting portal and I wanted to share with you what I learned so that it might help you if you happen to be in this portal now or to go through it in the future. So it's about surrender. It's about surrendering to the unknown, because all of the things that are coming through right now are about letting go and trusting. And so when you have an agenda for the future, do you have something that you want, which comes from ego, desire? Remember, desire is a lower vibration. And so you want to get up to neutrality with as many things as you can. So coming into neutrality on, just for example, because this is some big stuff for me, which is like coming into neutrality on what I want for my career, for, the future of my finances and all that stuff. And this is obviously, a lot of people are dealing with this one, but, I would say career and relationships right now are pretty much even. So I had something happen last week that I could have seen as a pretty significant setback and or even invalidation for my path. But I just sat with it for a few days and I just decided, like, this, what are the options? What do I have here? What do I have here? What's working the most right now? Because not very many things are working great. And I think that we all could kind of say that. Like, maybe someone's having bigger success in one thing, but not the other. And it sort of seems to go that way. You have a really successful career, but your relationships suffer, vice versa. And so, like, over the past decade, I guess, I've sort of really been trying to find a balance. And it's hard because for me, it was all about relationships. I had a huge group of friends, always dating somebody, always had a party to go to or throwing a party. And, it was really fun. I'm not saying it wasn't fun. I'm not saying I regret it. But what happened there is that all of my energy went into my relationships, and then I didn't really have energy left to put into a career or believing in myself or getting to know myself. And so I've been trying to find ways to shift out of being so single-minded when it comes to, being successful. So one of the things that really came through hard for me the last couple of days is just that total and utter surrender. And it's like, you can't even, it's almost like you have to tell yourself you don't care. It's like such a fine line between apathy and neutrality. But it's like, it's not that you don't care, because when you say, I don't care about that, that comes from ego and anger, right? But when you say, I'm really at peace with whatever the outcome, that's neutrality. And so I've just been working on, divinely protected and directed. I say that all the time to myself, to my clients, to my students. You are divinely protected and directed. And if you can believe that, then you can trust. We get stuck in our mind, right? Our head and our brain wants to go, but you need to be doing this. And other people like, what are your plans for the future? I hate that question. I don't know. I am divinely protected and directed. That's what I started telling people. I'm just like, I don't know. And I am okay with that. And I told someone the other day that I surrender, and they said, so you're just giving up? Is that it? And I'm like, no, I'm actually surrendering to the flow. That it's so much easier than trying to control it. So anyway, I'm still teetering on the edge on both of those, but like when it comes to balancing what do I want versus what do I feel is for me, it's really tricky because I have to let go of what I think I want, because I've been getting what I've wanted. I have, but it isn't really working. And so I've had to have like this huge humility, taking a big step back and being like, okay, well, maybe I don't know what I want, and maybe that's okay. So I'm working on the surrender and just surrendering and moving into neutrality and more just understanding that what is meant for you will not pass you by. Listen to that again. What is meant for you will never pass you by. And what is not meant for you will not stop. So there's no point in trying to control it, because what we do when we try to control things and we chase things that are not meant for us, we just waste a bunch of energy and time. And of course, let me backtrack a little. I don't like saying waste, because everything has a purpose. Divinely protected and directed, everything that happens to you has a purpose. So it's a blessing or a lesson. So if you go somewhere and you have an experience and you end up feeling like you failed or it wasn't what you wanted, then just forgive yourself and say, oh, well, that was divinely directed as well. So everything that happens is divinely directed, and you are divinely protected. So if you can just really like start to bring that into your heart, do a lot of heart chakra, feel good stuff, like wear your crystals and drink water. That's actually really good for the fifth. But here's what we're working on right now. We're working on fifth chakra and heart and fourth chakra, fourth and fifth, right here, heart and communication. So speaking your truth from your heart, right? So learning how to say something that may be hard if you aren't neutral, but it's not really that hard. And I've experimented a little bit with a friend, and she told me it's okay. Like, I just say things, but I don't have an agenda for it, you know, so it's easy for people to hear it because I don't have, you know, judgment energy on it. And so, you know, that's when I like talk about myself a year ago and I was fat, like it's okay, like I'm all right with that, and I was okay with it then, but my body is different now, and that's okay too. So wherever you are, love yourself. Anyway, that's enough for today. So I hope that helped you, and please let me know in the comments, like, share, subscribe. Thanks guys, bye.